Welcome to the best chords you're not using, which happen to be all the chords I'm currently using. You probably know that one, but... What's going on, everybody? Happy Black Friday. I'm just going to talk chord progressions for a minute, and then really whatever questions you guys have, potentially, for me, let's do it, because I'm just kicking it. Black Friday, staying Rona free. What up, Arcaz? What up, Brad? Philip? Sly Gamers? Everybody in the house? Rocking my King swag, because y'all know why. Oh, CGS! Oh, making me blush right off the gate with the handsome gentleman. I didn't even have to say it myself. I love it. I love it when a fellow handsome gentleman beats me to the punch. That's what life's all about, right? So before we get into nonsense, which is what this always devolves into, let's talk about some chord progressions, or just chord voicings that you all should be using. And first of all, that's taking any minor chord and turning it into a minor 11 chord. This would be the best decision you ever make. If you have ever seen me play any song ever, you'll know this is like my go-to minor chord voicing, right? And yes, happy day after Clumpy. Clumpy, I'm glad that you still follow the channel even after I called some people clowns. Minor 11, all right? So this is A minor 11. Middle finger is on the root note. This is the root that we can move all over the place. We're gonna skip the A string, ring finger, pinky on 5 and 5. You can stop right there and make it minor 7. You know what I'm saying? Max Josephson knows what I'm saying. And then minor 7's fine. You know, you can move that and it sounds fine. But here, that's what you need in your life. Everybody needs more of this in your life. So this is a D note with an A, right? A minor 7 plus a D gets like an A minor 11 is what we're calling this voicing, right? And the great thing about this is your middle finger's naturally muting the A string, which would normally be open if you're just kind of laying it down like that. And then your pointer finger is kind of muting the high E string. So really the fingers are taking care of where you need to not hit already. So that makes this A to B, right? So in the key of G, this would be like a 2-3. Okay, so replace all your minor chords with that. Great reason to do that too is because you can so easily double stop into minor pentatonic from here. So right, minor, minor pentatonic double stops. Anytime you see an A minor chord, Brad, it does sound like reminder. Because again, that's really just that chord voicing, right? It starts off with A minor 11, hit the G, then the C. What up, Sam? And then you can... I know that it's wrong to stray from the path I started yesterday. In my heart there's just one way to show the things I'd meant to say. She reminds me of someone that I used to know before my feathers turned to stone. Love was blood and not in bone. Yeah, that's what she reminds me of. Then we go traditional. Of innocent sweet shapes, minor 11. Of focus in my darkest day. Someone to get lost with. why I split. And that is why my path has changed. To the unknown from rough terrain. It may be wrong, but something's strange. That is why my path has changed. She reminds me. So that's a great example. It's an original song called Reminder off Emeryld Ryders. New Emeryld Ryders coming soon. By the way, Black Friday, I probably should have said this at the top. All the Udemy courses I've made are like at their lowest price. So the link is in the description. There's 4 links because there's 4 different classes. So if you're interested at all, that is available too. Those last for 5 days, I think is how long those coupons last for. But yeah, that's one great example of how a minor 11 chord really kind of brought forth that entire song. Because if I didn't know this chord voicing, that whole thing, right? There's the first chord, A minor 11. And then this is really a C suspended, I guess, right here. If you like lose the root note or change the root note to here or here. So it's really the same thing. And then G to C. What's up, Alex and Jack? Have you got hard fingers from playing guitar? Yeah, probably. I mean, my fingers don't callous like a lot of guitar players do. I think they've just, I don't know, gotten used to it. But I guess they're kind of, I don't know. Define hard fingers. I don't go around touching people's fingertips. So I only know what mine might feel like. And I guess, you know, they hurt less than they used to. So I guess that would be my answer right there. Jack says, Patreon, a fantastic source. Yes, I'm really proud of how the Patreon thing is coming along. One thing I want to say about Patreon is like a lot of people in the past use it to be like, support me by signing up for my Patreon. I don't really see that as what I do because I don't know. I guess I'm uncomfortable with the idea of like people supporting me to support me. I'd rather provide a service. So the Patreon thing is more just the best place I found to host all the lessons that I think is super affordable. It's $12 a month. And again, there's about almost 100 lessons up there now. Basically, every time I do a song, a cover song, I'll do a lesson on it on the Patreon, and I'll kind of talk about my process of making the arrangement, which I think has been helpful for me just to like speak out loud while I'm doing it. And there's also like a very beginner guitar course that is just continually growing. So again, that's kind of how I view the Patreon thing. And it still sounds a little cringy whenever I say, support me on Patreon. But yeah, it's like the Patreon is just where I essentially host all the paid for content, which I think is a really good deal. And other people have given me good feedback on it. So yeah, thanks. My explanation of how I ended up working at Victoria's Secret and why you went to GVSU and not WMU. Well, Chuck, I did go to Western Michigan for 2 years and I transferred to Grand Valley. And how I started working at Victoria's Secret the first summer after college, during college, after my freshman year of college, was I just needed a job. I needed a job badly. And not a lot of places were hiring. So me and my buddy Jason Bueller just went to the mall. And I'm like, I'm just going to apply at every store and see who hires me. And we walked by Victoria's Secret. And he's like, bro, you said every store. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then I started kind of flirting with the girl working there at Victoria's Secret. And she kind of fast-tracked me, and I started working at Victoria's Secret. So that's how I got my job at Victoria's Secret. Never underestimate the power of quality flirtation and a desperate college man in search of money. And the rest is history, as they say, right? So yeah. I did see Guitar Goddess just launched a course today, so that's pretty cool. If that's your bag, go for it. Hey Sean, hope you're working on some new music for us to listen to. Yes, I am. The new Ryders stuff. I'm so happy with the new Ryders stuff. It's coming along really good. I think I'm gonna really make this just my main thing right now, and just take every other distraction I have in my life, shut it down, and just ride for like the next 3 weeks and try to get this album done, because I really it's sounding really good. There's one song that's like I already know it's the title track. It might not end up being the title of the album, but it's so good. I can give you a preview of it. I don't really know all the words yet, but it takes two to ride, it takes two to know what's inside. Make your saddlebags light, 'cause tonight is the night. Midnight moon lights up the way. Messed that up. The hour is late, and the danger is great. The blind spots are gone, so we ride until dawn. The sail wind is surely to stay. Oh, what a man. Now we're off to the west. Y'all know there's a solo from Pasha during this part right here. It takes two to know, it takes two to grow. A tree from seed or a foal to a steed that will carry us always in love. All the way. Through every mistake. Then we got this huge chorus. I got my man Dovidas on this track. Andrea's on this one. That's going to be a really good one. So working on that one. I want to finish that one this weekend, hopefully. But yeah, thank you. I love that's. I just love how that song turned out, and I really want to get that out. So we're gonna do it. Yeah, Andrea's on the boat with her family today. That's why she's not moderating or here. Sad, I know. Ali, thank you very much. That is a super fun progression. The thing about the Ryders, the Emeryld Ryders, if you guys, some of you may not know, that's kind of like my band, which officially the band lineup is me, Andrea, and Pasha at this point. We'll have other guests and stuff, but the three of us are like the core Emeryld Ryders now, that we actually get together and practice. And then Katie will sing on some of the stuff. Davidas, when he comes over, plays on a lot of stuff. Which you don't even need to give Davidas any like heads up. He just like comes over and just slays. It's amazing. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun to play that one. The chord progression is great, but the Ryder stuff is essentially mostly in D minor in a waltz time signature. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to C, then F, D minor, C, F, walk it to B flat. But yeah, a lot of the stuff, you know, was just born of just D minor in 3. Like off the original Ryder stuff. So that's all in 3, essentially kind of in D minor. Oh, how the hills in the mist seem to speak. Emeryld Stone, that's one of my favorite ones off of all of them. Sahayo, have a fun time studying. Good to see you. That's great. By the way, do you know Melanie Faye? No, I don't know Melanie Faye. I want to know Melanie Faye. Apparently, Melanie follows me, which is incredible, because Melanie Faye is like one of the best, just tastiest neo-soul players out there. And yeah, I've never actually talked to her, but I guess we follow each other, supposedly. So hopefully I'll meet Melanie someday, because she's awesome. She's ridiculous. Check her stuff out on YouTube, because she's amazing. Yeah, what's the name of the band again? Emeryld Ryders. EMeryldRyders. So very creative spelling, but that's how it goes nowadays. You know what I mean? Brad, yes, you do need to get an Emeryld Ryder t-shirt. And yeah, somebody mentioned the Kings gear. Not necessarily a Kings fan. I'm just a huge NBA fan. So the Thermoflex stuff that they sell in NBA shops is like the best hoodie ever. And I just wanted a purple one. So I went Kings. Because I like De'Aaron Fox. Why not? I just kind of think that I'm Peja Stojakovic every time I wear this. Yeah. Oh, Sam, you got a Ryder hoodie on the way? You got a Pixar It Didn't Happen when it shows up. You got me at 25X. Yeah, the album is on Apple